Oh snap, we're already recording.
Yeah, man.
Oh.
We really stupid.
What's up, everyone?
What's going on other YouTube? It's SCL0320.
It's Joe Johnson.
So
030.
yeah, man.
Yeah.
We're back for episode 7 and 8.
7 and 8, yep.
The new series Daredevil. It's been awesome. We took a small break yesterday from binge watching. We went 6 episodes straight, y'all. Like, all honesty, this dude had to work. I went and saw Fast and Furious again. I gave you kind of like a small recap of what we kind of experienced. It's been a great show so far. It's really gritty, really different, really dark. There's no limitations to the things that I guess we've been experiencing, but different things have happened in these last 2 episodes that have been really interesting, and it's been different. That's what kind of surprised me about these last 2 episodes. The fact that, one episode named Stick that resurfaces somebody from Matt's past. And then in this episode, what was the name of this one? I forget the name of it. Shadows in the Glass. Oh wow, that's a good title for that joint. It centers around Wilson Fisk and a little bit of his backstory. So the episode Stick starts off with I forget the location where it's at, but somebody that is Asian descent. He was in the office building. It was dark. We really kind of feel like Dark Knight kind of feeling, in the Dark Knight in Batman movie, he went and got somebody and took him out and took him to the into a plane or whatever. But it kind of had that kind of feel as far as the setting, as far as how they captured it visually. All of a sudden, this dude's being basically interrogated for information, and he tried to pull the gun out. Dude gets his hand cut off off the jump, and then he gets his life threatened. And the guy that's doing this, you see his eyes and you see they're glazed over. It shows that he's been blind all of his life. And so that's the opening of the episode. And so I was kind of left with the expectation that, okay, this has something to do with Matt and how he was trained to be who he was being. Because the last time we saw the backstory for Matt is that his dad died. And all he knows is just his book smarts. If you go back to Daredevil movie that came out in 2013 or 2003, I think, his dad kind of showed him little boxing moves here or there, but who was the person that actually really trained Daredevil? And this is what this episode is really all about, that whole backstory and who the character Stick really was. And I thought he did a really good job on it. What did you think? I guess you could take going into it, because I looked at it first time by myself, and then me and Joe looked at it together the second time. What was your take on, I guess, the episode Stick so far, looking at it when you went in?
It was I mean, my take on the whole episode, it was good as far as, I mean, of course it's good because otherwise we wouldn't be reviewing it, but, I mean, what we do review. Anyway, it was good. Stick's character, he's definitely it was interesting to see another blind individual who actually trained him and actually unlocked, and helped, I'm tripping. It's got so many characters in my head right now.
Ooh, Matt?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was thinking of his last name for some reason.
Murdock.
Yeah, Murdock. I just like calling him Murdock, but so you have Murdock, he's a little boy at this point. And he has his senses are going all crazy. He's definitely at this point. He's also you see him lose his eyesight is gone, so he's just left with his other senses, and they're going crazy. They're super sensitive. So Stick actually helps him to channel those senses and actually develops them to just how to tap into what's called his gifts, being able to pinpoint different things throughout his environment.
Yeah.
And that was very interesting to see another character who actually trained him to do that, because I was kind of wondering how does he actually do all this? And it was good to see that. Also, in this episode you actually see what brings Stick into town, because it's not necessarily a reunion with the Daredevil. It's not that. He's actually here on business. He's sort of like a hitman to a mystery guy that you'll see in you don't see his face, but you see his back. It's like a mystery. I don't know who this guy is. I could probably look into it, but right now I don't even think I want to know, you guys. I think I want to save my ideas and my preconceived notions of who this guy is to myself. And I'm not gonna look into it. I know all that's in the comic book, but just for the sake of the series, I'm so engaged. I don't want to know who this guy is just yet. I'm liking where this is going. I don't want to spoil myself. I'm enjoying this experience. So, but also on the same lines, what brings Stick into town is this. He's got this hit on this
Black Sky.
The Black Sky. This thing called the Black Sky, and you'll see what who that is. And they do it so well, Sam. They do it so well that unless you're like familiar with like the comic book universe and you like know what it is, but if you don't know, like they just mention his name and like they show you what it is, but you're like, how is this a threat?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, it's either really, it's a crazy concept, guys, and it's like once you see it, you'll know exactly what I mean. It's kind of hard to explain, but without like spoiling too much. But it's like, okay, this is either a joke or it's like really dangerous. Like I can't even imagine how dangerous this Black Sky is. Yeah. And I'm very interested to figure out what or who that is. And I think they mentioned it in the episode towards, it was the end of this one, the 7th one or the 8th one. They were kind of talking about the Black Sky, how rare it is. So yeah, so ended up happening is, Stick, he ends up completing his mission. But, you know what I'm saying, it's not to say there's any more Black Skies out there. And that's what I'm interested in seeing in the future episodes.
That's really good, Joe. It was non-spoilerish at all. It didn't say really a bunch of anything. It gave you a whole bunch of bullcrap.
I gave you guys a whole bunch of filler or fluff, if you will.
To piggyback off what he was saying, this episode had a lot. Because also dealing with Yurik and Karen still investigating what's been going on in the backfold. And Karen, with her crazy self, she goes and tries to see Elena, or the Latino lady that had gotten hurt at the hospital that helped them. And she kind of talks to her like, look, I don't know what's really going on, but it's a lot of corruption basically. And it's really interesting dialogue, it's really funny. But one of the things I picked up on is, I told Joe, I was like, the Latino lady has said that like Foggy is handsome, not because like he's visually handsome, but it's nothing more better than to see a man in love with a woman. And she gets caught off guard. And I was like, yo, she's leading Foggy on, in my opinion. Or she's not developed real feelings for him, and he's just there. I don't know what's gonna come of that relationship, but what ends up happening is she ends up getting jumped by the two guys that basically messed up the Latina girl's house. And Foggy comes to the rescue with a baseball bat and the ball. I was like, this straight off with the Raid. I was like, he's trying to be the new bad boy. But nah, it's really interesting because Foggy has this preconceived notion that the man in the black mask is evil or bad. He even compares him, I think, at one point to Al Qaeda. It was really messed up to see Matt's look and perspective on looking at him and look at his friends kind of like doing stuff behind the scenes. But then looking at Matt's backstory with his relationship with Stick, Matt didn't have a paternal relationship, and he didn't have a maternal relationship. Like his mom wasn't present. I know who his mom is. I can't say anything, but him being held up at a Catholic church or at a Catholic location with these nuns, it plays a role into it. That's all I can really say. But anyway, what I mean is that with Matt and his relationship with Stick and his relationship with his dad, it's been so misconstrued, so messed up. Like his dad was taken away from him, but then he had this guy that was teaching him stuff. Even how he to describe like, look, eat this ice cream cone. Like there's different faults in all these different things. Use your senses, use your gifts. Stop feeling sorry for yourself. I'm going to train you to be a warrior. And at a certain point, like, this dude, he's got some serious skills. I was like, man, he is teaching him so much. And then he makes mention of him, like, you need to get into your meditation form because when the time comes, you'll even be able to transcend healing. And to me, that's going in the realm of the Iron Fist, the Hand, and Chast. That's all I can really say. For any of y'all comic book buffs out there, and the person at the end, all I can say is Stone. That's my thought. I'm not gonna say anymore. I'm not gonna talk. I'll tell Joe about it later. The Stone.
The Stone.
But it's easy to see that he's so introverted and can't see what's really going on in the front of what's going on with his relationship with his other people. And I mean, even Stick had kind of related to him. It's like, look, you're soft. Look at your room. Look at your house. Like, these things are gonna choke you and eat you alive. Like, you're not gonna be able to protect the people around you if you're so vulnerable around them. And he's trying to pressure him to leave it alone. And what Stick does to attain the Black Sky or to attain the mission, it causes a rift all over again with him and Matt. And they have a falling out. And the fight between Stick and Matt, like, it goes hard. And this is an old dude. This dude, like, he's in his 70s, but he's giving Matt the business. And it's so funny because he had said, like, look, these sticks I've been training you with since you were a little kid, you're gonna need them. He's like, I don't need sticks. Yeah, you will. And we all know Daredevil is notorious for having, like, the sticks. And, like, he's the best at them. And so I thought it was a really good episode. Different things going on, different sneaky stuff that was going on in the backfold. But the relationship part with Matt and not just Karen, but also Foggy. I feel like Matt's been doing all this stuff on his own, and he doesn't see the dangers that everything that these guys are dealing with. Trying to basically fight the same exact battle he's fighting, but with trying to dig out stuff. And all that gets present into the next episode. So this episode, Stick, I liked it. I give it an 8.5. I thought the choreograph was really good. I thought the action was really good, interesting story arc. What do you give this episode as far as a rating, Stick?
Oh man, I give it like a 9 or 9.5.
9.5. That's what's up.
I'll put it in the middle, 9.
Okay.
25.
9.25. I don't know if that's a number, y'all, but we doing it. But so Shadow into the Glass is the other episode, but how it starts is the most weirdest, wildest thing ever. You get to see how Wilson Fisk, or what we know to be Kingpin, gets up with his black suits and his black shirts and his same exact cufflinks every day, cooks him an omelet, and goes and does his normal routine. But yet when he looks at himself in the mirror, he sees a little version of himself, just blood everywhere. And that's how it opens up. And I was like, and he's looking around like he's trying to like shake himself out of it, because he woke up like with panic in his eyes and his heart. And I was like, this man ain't scared of anything. Like, what's going on with himself? If anything, he's probably scared of himself. And that is how this whole episode transcends, because you see all the different sides of Fisk. You see the vulnerable side when he has an interaction with the Asian lady that holds the front for all the drugs, which I think she has.
Bro, that dialogue was freaking crazy. I was like, yo, this old lady is like real, bro.
She's a G.
Like, she is a G. And then she just walked out. Her cane was.
What did she say? Because she basically found out that he been playing her for a fool. Kind of. She knew. Because he always used his friend to be the interpreter, right? But he knows most dialects. Kingpin is a genius, first of all. And she knew. She started talking in English. She's like, you thought I didn't know? And she was like, how long you known? And like, how do you know? It's like, because I know every language. I was like, what? Who are you right now? This girl, this old woman is going to be a threat. I can almost predict the next few episodes we're going to look at, she's going to put a hurting on Daredevil, because I feel like whoever the dude at the end was, she plays a role into that. Even like the drugs that they're shipping out, there's somebody in the Iron Fist mythology that has a villain that has the same exact art. It's kind of like a S, but then it curves out like that. And that's what she's been putting on her marks for her drugs. I think she's going to play a big role a little bit later on in the episodes to come. But anyway, I thought this episode was nuts. Like, it's probably one of my favorite episodes, because you see the vulnerability that Fisk has, but then you realize he has no vulnerabilities at all. Like, he is so dangerous. And the woman, I don't know what her name is. She's nuts. But he is Norman Bates' psychopath. And you find out exactly what I mean by that in this episode. But what was your take on this? What do you feel about this episode? I'll be right back. You go.
Oh, snap. What? What's up, you two? Just got a long time. Me and you. Hey, what's going on? Nah, joking, but I thought about this episode, man, and while watching it, it was very entertaining. Kept me engaged the entire time, especially the dialogue between Fisk and the old lady. It just goes to show you, like, these Yakuza, the Japanese, they're actually really tough, and especially with the mention of this dark sky. You know what I'm saying, this dark sky concept. And this is just like, yo, who are these, individuals? Who are these heavy hitters? And because it's like, at this point in the game, we don't know much about them other than the old lady, she distributes drugs, and then the gentleman, I forgot his name, he's the Japanese guy. I'm not even too sure what he does, to be honest with you. But Fisk actually respects him and is kind of afraid of him, and I'm very interested to know what this guy does. And it's like, and then you have Stick comes from, I don't know where he's coming from, but I'm assuming he's coming from Japan, because the Black Sky, I think, is coming from Japan, and so he coming from Japan to New York, so I think that Stick is following his trail. So it's like, you have all this movement. I think they have all this movement coming out of Japan, and it's like, what are they doing? Mm-hmm. And just the dialogue between Fisk and the old lady, bro, I'm just like, it just added so much weight to, Fisk and his team of his inner circle. Like, these guys are really dangerous. It just added another element of danger to the story. I'm like, wow, what is going on?
Yeah.
And it's definitely keeping me intrigued. It makes you want to watch more, which is really good. Really good storytelling. Really good storytelling.
Yeah.
But
Fisk became unhinged. He lost it.
And then he put on, he didn't put on the white suit yet, but he put on the gray suit. It's getting there, y'all. It's getting there. And then tell him about him going public, y'all. He went public. Fisk is on his face is on the news. He's like, my name is William Fisk. Like, it's like, yo, bro. And they kind of mentioned that, like, was it Daredevil actually talked to the journalist Uric, right? And so he's telling them pretty much everything he knows about this mystery guy who's lurking in the shadows. And then the next scene, you see Fisk actually going public, because that was their plan. That was Uric and Daredevil's plan, was to not to get criminal accusations against him, but just expose him to the light. And
through their story.
Yeah.
Their way.
And I was thinking, I was like, and while they was talking, Uric and Daredevil was talking, I was just like, yo, I don't even think that will stop, the Kingpin, because it's just like, he's too smart. He's too smart for that. Yeah. He's too ruthless. He's not going to give up. So, if anything, I thought that would help him. But, and lo and behold, he's actually making a public PSA himself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? With his whole team. Not his whole team. The Yakuza weren't present. But his assistant, his woman, and the financial accountant were there. And
I think he's probably got some skills. I got a feeling, like, he wouldn't just have an accountant, y'all. This dude can get a buck.
That's what I'm thinking.
I think this dude's probably got something. Like, there's no way he's just a regular accountant and he goes and takes care of all this stuff. Like,
yeah,
I got a feeling like he's gonna have some stuff lined up.
And then the dude just talk trash all day. I'm just like, dude, shut up. Like, you about to get killed. Like, you accountant, bro. You can't be talking like the Kingpin like this. But he just be going off with the mouth. I'm like, he has to have something. He has to bring something else to the table.
But then this is the other thing. When we were looking at the episode and Fisk lost it, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was yelling. And I was like, don't nobody need to get around this man. Like, he just lifted up a table. I'm pretty sure it was like a 200-pound table, steel, you know? And the dude came up, he's like, are you okay? He's like, get out! And he didn't back down. You know what I'm saying? Like, most people would have just kind of dipped. Like, I don't think it's just that he respects us enough to know that, okay, Wilson's not going to kill me because of this. Or, like, I can calm him down. I feel like he's got a skill set that he's not afraid of too many things. And
you talking about his assistant?
Yes.
Oh, I was talking about the accountant. You're talking about the assistant. I think so too, bro. Cause what he was with them Russians, man, he was way too cool, bro. He was way too cool with them Russians. I'm like, this dude knows something. Like, he knows some moves, man.
But what other thing to end this off, because we're not gonna go too much longer. I think we're like 20 minutes now. Is the fact that Daredevil in the past few episodes, he hasn't had to face what's been going on with Foggy and with Karen. But in this one, he realizes how much, like, him trying to save the city is indirectly causing them to go and try to do something about the city. And he has to face the fact that the things that he's been doing is affecting them, even though he's not around them. And he had to see, like, man, y'all been doing this, that, and other. Y'all are putting yourselves in danger. Like, look, y'all gonna follow my lead. No more of this crap, you know? And I thought that was really good because you start to see the Matt Murdock side. You start to see, like, his humanity coming out and fleshing out, like, being a lawyer and doing stuff the diplomatic way and doing things the interesting way of making coordination with Europe. Because that interaction with him and Europe, I thought that was well done. Like, it was all in the rain and it was really ominous. And Europe wasn't backing down at all. It was a kind of a mutual kind of respect. Like, I don't know where you're coming from, but I know that you can help. And I don't know who you are. And everybody's told me that you're a threat, but I want to listen and hear you out. And I thought it was really well done. But how they fleshed it out and ended it, man, it's gonna go down. And this is my one prediction I'm gonna say before anything. If anything happens to Fisk's girl at all, bruh,
he's gonna
leave. The whole city is gonna be on fire. You thought, like, those bombs, those different little bombs around was like the weight, bruh. He's gonna lay flame to everything. And that's great acting. If I feel that way, just looking at him, all he's doing is just acting. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's just giving us expressions, and he might be acting out. Yeah. But this isn't, I mean, he hasn't done necessarily anything other than kill one person and decapitate him. This is all off of acting. And that's how great the show is on a different kind of level. I give this episode a 10 out of 10 just because I get to see everything that I wanted to know about Fisk.
Like a bomb. It's like a walking time bomb, bro. And it's just, you're watching him, and he's like, this dude's about to explode 1 minute, and it's just, when it happens, man,
it's crazy. He's not afraid of anything. He's afraid of being identified as the monster, because if he's identified as the monster, then he has to kill everyone and everything that he's trying to control. And that's, in my opinion, that's the psychology of the beast. And so,
psychology of the beast.
But what do you give this
first?
What do you give this episode as far as a number?
Bro, I give this episode, man. These last two episodes, I mean, I give it like a 10. The old Japanese lady, man, she made it. She made that. I was like, yo, this is good. This is good.
I think she's a major villain in the Marvel universe. I can't talk about it, but I think she is. I'll tell you about more later. But anyway, y'all. We out. We got to look at more episodes. SCL0320 signing out. Hopefully you enjoyed this Daredevil episode. If you did, leave a like. Leave your comments below. What you thinking about this? Thanks everybody for looking at the videos.